Hello and good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're here. My name is J.E. Bundy. This is my wife, Megan.
Hello.
And I just want to say thank you for joining us and thank you for joining us tonight. This is a special night. We're taking a little bit of a break from our normal Wednesday night live stream that we've been doing through this whole weird quarantine time. And tonight is a night that we have set aside to honor and to love and to show how much we appreciate our graduating seniors. And so I'm really excited to be able to highlight 5 of our graduating seniors tonight and let you find out a little bit more about them. And so that's later on. We'll show you each of those graduates, and I'm excited to share that with you. But for right now, I want to talk to the graduates because I know that when you imagined your senior year in high school, it did not look like this. It didn't look like quarantine. And I know that over the last several months, all of us have given up some things that we were really looking forward to. Some of us have missed proms and have missed sports games and have missed plays and concerts and all kinds of things. Some of us are even missing graduation in a traditional sense. And so there's a lot of things that we're missing right now. And that can be disappointing. And that's understandable to be disappointed with all that. But tonight, I hope that we can put all that aside because tonight is a night of celebration. Because regardless of all the things that we've given up to be here tonight, the one thing that is not changed is that what you have accomplished is worth celebrating. You are worth celebrating. And so we're going to do that tonight. And so I'm excited to share with you. Like I said, we have 5 seniors tonight that I'm excited to let y'all get to know about. And our first senior tonight that I want to introduce is Carson Hayes, who's been graduating from Midland Lee High School.
Wow, how quickly did this day come? You know, it's true when people tell you that with a blink of an eye, you will look up and your kids are grown and you wonder, where did the time go? But it's so true. Carson was our first miracle baby and my first opportunity to be a mom. And he's so special, and he's super talented. He's a talented athlete, musician. He's intelligent, and he's funny. He's funny, right?
Yeah.
Hate to admit it, but he's funny. And I treasure the time that I get to spend with him with alone time, because with our busy family and 4 kids, there's not much one-on-one time. Lots of miles we traveled to baseball tournaments, the 2 of us, and had so much fun and so many memories, just the 2 of us, and I will always treasure that. And I love you so much, Carson, and can't wait to see what your future holds.
I think the best thing about Carson I can say is that Carson is a Christian. He's a God-fearing young man. Carson is very soft-hearted, good-hearted young man. He is intelligent. He's always been smart, and most things came very easy for him. He's talented and good. With his physical abilities, he came in one afternoon and told us that he had learned a new pitch, done it all by himself. He had developed a split-finger pitch. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was very effective. I watched him when he was 14. He pitched the shutout game, 61 pitches, a shutout, so that was a lot of fun. We enjoyed those kind of things. Carson's taught himself to play guitar without any help, without any lessons. And he's really good at that, and we've all enjoyed listening to him make progress in that and listening to him play the guitar. Carson's industrious. Last couple of years, he's mowed yards all over town. He's made a lot of money at that, and he's proud of his good reviews that he has on the app that he uses to gain a lot of customers to get the work. So he's done well at that. Carson loves to buy, sell, and trade anything, and he really enjoys that and is good at it, seems like. So Carson has the ability to do anything he wants to do. I've always told all the kids that they have the physical ability, they have the mental ability to do anything and be anything they want to be if they want to try hard enough. So Carson certainly has that. Carson will be successful in anything that he really enjoys and that he really wants to do. I love you, Carson. hope the best for you in your future life.
And Paige Pipkin, if you're watching this video, I'm hoping you can go to college with Carson in the first few weeks and help him organize his binder, because we're still working on that, but we love you, Carson.
Thank you to the Hayes family. It's always so sweet to hear the parents talk about their kids. And parents, this is a big deal. This is a big milestone that you've been looking forward to for 18, 19 years, or looking to, maybe not necessarily forward to. So congratulations on making it here. That's exciting. It can also be hard. It's the end of what you've known of life so far with your kids. But it's exciting because it's a new beginning. It's a new beginning for you as parents. It's a new beginning for your kids that are going off too. And so that can be exciting too. But you're going to be changing your relationship with your kids. We're going to be going from where you've been more hands-on in the details to more of a mentor or a friend or a guide. And as you're doing that, that can be really hard. That can be hard for your kids. That can be hard for you. And so what I want to encourage you to do, the best thing you can do for your kids, is to pray for them. Pray that God gives them confidence as they walk into this new role in their life, that God gives them boldness to face the struggles, the difficulties, challenges, and the exciting things with just bold living. And also pray for yourself. Pray that God will give you the strength to let your children go a little bit off on their own, and that you can loosen the reins a little and trust that you've raised them well and that they're going in a great direction, and just to give you strength as you're going to this new time too. Our next graduate that we'll be honoring is Andrew James, graduating from Greenwood High School.
Our son is Andrew James. Andrew, you are a fun-loving, kind-hearted kid. You're a hard worker, you love to joke around, and you're a great brother to both Tyler and Brock. We're excited to see what the future holds for you. We know you're going to be successful, whatever you choose to do.
Andrew, I've told you before, I told you after this football season that y'all had a great season, and I'm proud for you for that, but I'm proud of you because of who you are. It's been a lot of fun watching you grow, especially over the last couple of years, into a thoughtful young man who's really great at problem solving, who tries to think ahead and head off problems before they start. You've got a tremendous work ethic. We've seen it in your athletics, and we see it every day when you go to work and when you do your own projects that you come up with. And you've got just an amazing drive to do well that's going to help you be successful in whatever it is that you choose to do. You also have a tremendous vision of who you are, and that's really a gift, because nobody's going to be able to talk you out of that. You always are comfortable with where you stand, and you won't be talked into anything that you don't want to do. I'm proud of the influence that I've seen, especially over the last couple of years, that you've had over your friends. And because of you, people have and are learning about Jesus. And I love that about you, and the giving heart that you have. And I'm also excited to see what God has in store for you. We love you.
Parents, it is a big milestone that you're facing right now. I love listening in that last video, listen to a father talk about the pride that he has in his son. And parents, you have a lot to be proud of. Your kids have grown up into fine young men and women. But you're not the only one who gets to take pride in that, because as we all know, it takes a village of people to raise a child. And there are so many people here at Fairmont Park that have been a part of that village. And I want to spend just a few minutes thanking them and recognizing all the people, all the way down from people who attended the nursery when your children were just little babies, to the people who volunteered to teach Sunday school all the way as your kids were growing up, as they got into the youth group, parents and volunteers who were willing to get in a van and drive kids to camp. people who are willing to come in and give up years at a time to be small group leaders for your students, who help them to answer tough questions and navigate some of the most difficult years that they have to face in their entire life, these years of adolescence. So thank you so much to all of those people who have been the village that we need for our children. And also I want to thank our elders and our deacons and their wives, who we know actually do probably 95% of the work anyways. Thank y'all so much for the prayer and the attention that you give and the concern that you give for our teens to make this a great place for kids to come and to learn who God is and how much God loves them. Our next senior that we want to honor is J.C. Pruitt. And unfortunately, we had some technical snags and weren't able to get a video put together, but we do have a picture for you. And so this is JC, and I have a list of accomplishments that I want to read to you that her parents sent over. So JC graduated in the top 3% of her class. For 4 years, she has been on the PHS varsity tennis team. 2 years of that, she served as captain of the team. She's a member of the National Honor Society and a member of the Texas Scholars. For 2 years, she's been a member of the PHS Orchestra. She's a member of the Business Professionals of America and a member of the PHS Senate Board. She volunteers for Meals on Wheels, and she volunteers at the West Texas Food Bank. And this fall, she's heading to ACU, where she's going to major in biology. And she's also received the Royce Money Presidential Scholarship Award. So congratulations, JC. All that's very impressive. We can't wait to see what God has in store for you as he takes you out to Abilene.
Now, seniors, as things are changing, and when you go through changes in life, sometimes you feel like people look at you different.
Yeah.
And it can be unsettling. And that's okay, because you are a little different. You're moving on, you're changing lives, and so you might feel different. But feeling different does not mean you have to feel like you're alone.
Yeah.
You're not alone. This place, Fairmont Park, will always be home for you. Anytime you want to come back, people will be so excited to see you. People here are going to be interested in what you're doing, where you're going, what your plans are for the future. And so be ready anytime you have the opportunity to come back, to come home and share your life with the people here. And if there's anything you need, then feel free to ask for it. It's not a bother. People are excited to be involved in what you are involved in now.
Yeah. And the relationships you have, not just with your parents, but with other people here at Fairmont Park, are going to change. And in fact, one of my favorite relationships, or some of my favorite relationships, I should say, are with students who grew up and have been in my youth group and then have become full-grown adults, and now I consider to just be very good friends. Mm-hmm. And so I love those relationships, and I'm looking forward to our relationship changing in that way as well. These next few years are pivotal for you. Little decisions that you're going to make every day all of a sudden become even more important. Decisions about who you're going to spend your time with, where you're going to spend your time, how you're going to spend your time. All of those things begin to weigh a little bit more than they have in the past, because in the next few years, as you transition out of this adolescent time in your life into full-fledged adulthood, all of the decisions you make are going to shape who you are. The people that we surround ourselves with shape who we become in the future. And so our prayer for you is for guidance and for wisdom as you make those decisions. You've already started making some of these big decisions, where you're going to go to school and who you're going to room with when you get there, what you're going to major in. All those decisions are going to shape who you become in the future. And there are many, many more decisions coming down the road. So we pray for that guidance and that wisdom as you make those decisions. You probably have a lot of hopes and plans for your future. Those might include financial goals, what you want to do with your career, how you want your family life to look, what kind of home you'd like to have someday. There's a lot of goals that you probably have for yourself, and those are all great. And I hope that as you pursue those goals, that you find success in all those things. Our hopes and our dreams for you go beyond that, though, because what I hope for you is that you do not settle for an average life, a comfortable life. But my hope is that you will allow God to lead you into the most adventurous life possible, because a life lived in service to God's kingdom is an adventurous life. And so we pray that you will give yourself completely to God, that you will follow wherever he leads you and allow his plan to take over your plan, because I guarantee you that his plan for your life is better than any plan you could ever come up with on your own. And sometimes those plans will overlap. and sometimes they won't. And I pray that you'll have the courage to step into the opportunities that God opens up for you as you go through not just these next few years, but the rest of your life, that you'll follow him into those great adventures.
Our next senior that we're going to highlight tonight is Heston Taylor, graduating from Midland Christian High School.
Hey Heston, your mom and I have had a good time remembering a lot of good things about you over the years. You were a handsome little baby. You had a head full of dark hair, and you were a laid-back little dude. We enjoyed just kind of hanging out with you. We would sit around with adults, and you just kind of kick back and sit in our laps. And we thought we were really great parents. We thought we were good at raising a little baby, and soon we realized that it was all about you. You were a laid-back little boy, laid-back baby.
It wasn't us. We remember when you were pre-K age, you used to love to wear costumes all the time. You always had a Superman or maybe a Hulk costume. And when Noah was born, you were into Spider-Man. And so we used to joke that Noah probably didn't know what your face looked like, that there was always a Spider-Man mask staring at him.
And also, when you were a toddler, we were talking about how you'd sit in the car and ride around with us, and you had one of your favorite songs was an Alan Jackson song, Tall, Tall Trees. You'd sing, I'm a fool, fool, fool for you. And we remembered that. And you also loved to watch an old video that we had of the Muppets. It featured Elton John, and you'd get your little piano out and come in the den and sit down and sing Yellow Brick Road with the Muppets.
Heston, you've always been a great example to your brothers, and you've always appreciated that about you. You've been responsible and always willing to jump in and help especially when they were little. We joke that you're more like an Uncle Heston than a big brother Heston, but you've set a wonderful example, Christian example for our family. We really appreciate that about you.
We haven't made it easy on you, Heston. You've grown up in 6 different cities. It's a hard thing to do, to move around and assimilate in all these new places, and you've shown maturity in all these different experiences. It's molded you, it's made you strong, made you a steadfast young man that you are.
And Heston, we've always appreciated that you're comfortable in your own skin. You know who you are. You're not afraid to do the right thing, and you're not ashamed to be a Christian. We just can't wait to watch you go off and find your path in life and follow God and see what his plans are for you. We thank him so much for you. It's been a joy raising you.
Yeah. We can't believe you're graduating from high school. These 18 years have gone way too fast. We're going to miss you this fall when you go off to college, but we're excited for you in this next chapter of your life. And Heston, you're a hardworking, you're organized, intelligent young man, and we never thought we'd say this, but you're an Aggie. Love you, son.
Good luck, Heston. We love you.
So as we draw to the close of our evening tonight, we're not done yet. We still have one more senior that we want to highlight. But as we draw closer to the end, one final message I want to give to the seniors. As you go through these last few months, I know several of y'all are counting down the days until you get to move out, to move into the dorms, to start your own life, to start this next phase of your life. And before all that happens, I want to encourage you to, over the next 2 or 3 months, use this phrase that I'm about to give you as often as you possibly can, because it's a powerful phrase, not just for you, but for the person receiving it. And that phrase is thank you. Because like we've talked about tonight, there are so many people who have poured so much time and energy and love into helping to shape you into the men and women that you are today. Take a moment to thank those people, especially your parents, who have given so much for you and love you so much. Give them your thanks, and live this last few months at home with an attitude of thankfulness and gratefulness. And that's my hope for you. And I think that will pay off dividends in your relationships, even years down the road. The thankfulness that you show now will build bridges between you and people that you love all the way through the rest of your life. Like I said, we have one final senior that we want to highlight tonight, and that senior is Gavin Vetter, who's graduating from Midland Lee High School.
Hi, Fairmont Park family. Mark and Jody Vetter here. We just wanted to let you know that our son Gavin will be graduating from Lee High School this year.
We have been a part of the Fairmont Park family since 1997. In 2001, Gavin was born, and when I was pregnant with him, Ralph Gates was the preacher at Fairmont Park. He would always give me the hardest time. He would say, "Jody, stand up." And when I did, he would say, "Look down at your feet." Well, he knew that I couldn't see my feet. Gavin was a pretty big baby. He was 9 pounds, 3 ounces when he was born. The doctor knew that I was a teacher, so he held him up and said, "All right, Mom, he's ready for a backpack."
We thought Gavin might be an engineer early on when at 3 years old he comes into our room with Legos and says, "Look, Mom and Dad, I made a conveyor belt." Those were his words, and we were like, well, he might be some sort of engineer at that point.
Gavin has truly enjoyed his time at Fairmont Park. I think one of his favorite activities has been LTC. He has participated in LTC since the 3rd grade. And of some of the activities he did, he was song leading, Bible reading, and puppets were his favorites. The highlight of his LTC career was he was chosen as a 4th grader to lead a song in front of the whole congregation on Sunday. So there were about 1,000 to 1,500 people, and he got up there like it was no big thing. He wasn't nervous, and he led his song.
He definitely didn't get that from me. I would have been sweating bullets.
That's for sure. He was also he went to Blue Haven for a couple of years, and he participated in the youth group. One of his favorite things in the youth group is the Sweetheart Banquet that they have every February.
Gavin's played the saxophone since the 7th grade. He's been a member of the Mighty Rebel Band for the past 4 years, where he enjoyed Friday night football games and marching on the field. He was also a member of the National Honor Society.
You've probably seen Gavin working at HEB on Wadley. He has been working there. Come this July, it'll be 2 years.
In the fall, Gavin will attend Midland College as part of the Texas A&M engineering program sponsored by Concho. He'll be at Midland College for 2 years, and then he'll transfer to the Texas A&M campus for 2 years.
We want to thank each and every one of you for the support you have given Gavin over the years. Please pray for Gavin and the other seniors as they start this new chapter in their lives.
I'm thankful for my friends and family and excited for what the future holds. In the fall, I'll be attending Texas A&M Concho Engineering Program at Midland College.
As we close out tonight, I want to read to you an excerpt from a Celtic charge written by St. Patrick. This is a great charge to read at a time like this for the seniors who are leaving home, moving on, but it really is a great charge for all of us to hear. Arise today through the mighty strength of God, through belief in the Trinity, through confession of the oneness of the Creator of creation. God's might to uphold you, God's wisdom to guide you, God's eyes to look before you, God's ears to hear you, God's words to speak for you, God's hand to guard you. May Christ shield you today against all attacks of the evil one, both against your body and against your spirit. Christ with you, Christ before you, Christ behind you, Christ in you, Christ beneath you, Christ above you, Christ on your left, Christ on your right, Christ in the eye of everyone who sees you, Christ in the ear of everyone who hears you, Christ in the heart of everyone who thinks of you. Arise today in the name of Christ, and you will not be stopped. Amen.